Of course, I have to do. I guess I got to put on my radio voice, as they call it. GMAP Broadcast Network. We are the number one faith-based, motivational, and inspirational broadcast platform. And of course, as you can tell, we are always honored, privileged, and blessed when we have this awesome opportunity. Now, many of you can already see her on the GMAP Broadcast Network television screen, and of course, I know she can see her on her screen. I want to say good afternoon to Jessica Hendrix on today. God bless you. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Oh my goodness. You know what? You sound like you're doing pretty well too. Now, of course, we are pulling in your video feed from our StreamYard platform. So you can see you, but you can't see me. So don't be looking for me now. I'm not coming up on that screen. I'm just letting it be you today. So we thank God for you. Do me a favor if you don't mind, Jessica. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from.
My name's Jessica Hendrix. I am from Anna, Illinois, which is way like 6 hours south of Chicago. So I'm way down in the cornfields. Let's see, I've been writing since I was old enough to form words. I got my bachelor's degree in journalism from Southern Illinois University. So I'm a journalist by degree, but I've been doing creative writing and stuff way before that. I am a wife and stepmother to three young girls. Um, I have a wonderful husband, and I'm also an artist. I'm more than a writer. I'm an artist too, and I make jewelry and stuff like that. Because me and my husband, we kind of have this combined force where we go to comic cons and then I go to author signing events and he sells vintage toys and stuff like that. And then I'm doing all of my stuff and writing's the biggest thing. And we're just kind of figuring out how to brand ourselves. We're just a mix and a team together. So
Amen.
that's
Well, we are just honored. For those that don't know, of course, Jessica Hendricks is one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network. You can always stop by gmap1.com. Click on the tab that simply says Featured Authors Bookstore. You will see a copy of the current publication that I'm showing you on our television screen. I Don't Belong Here. You know what? Tell us a little bit about that publication if you don't mind.
Oh my, this book is kind of about 17 years in the making. I wrote it when I was 16 originally. And I was going through a really hard time. I was kind of a different kind of teenager. I was very anxious. I was very depressed, and my friends were like everything to me. And the idea of like alcohol and drugs and stuff like that, most teenagers are drawn to it. I was terrified of it, and all I saw were negative repercussions from it. And I always try to getting off a little bit here. I always when I say that now, I try to when you're an adult, you're of age and you're responsible and all that, I say, drinking is can be okay in moderation, but that's another conversation. But so this girl is about Bree, who was a lot like me at the time, and her friends basically were lying to her the whole time whenever they said that they were just like her, that they weren't drinking, they didn't do drugs, they weren't interested in it. And then she hears that they went to a party, and then she's really concerned about it, and they decide that they'd rather do that than be friends with her. And some other stuff happens. Her boyfriend cheats on her and stuff like that. So she really just loses hope with everything because she's really depressed. She has an eating disorder. Um, so she goes to make a suicide attempt, and in a dramatic fashion, she finds. I mean, she's looking for something to write a suicide note, and she finds a Bible at the bottom of her dresser drawer, and something about it stops her, and she's not really sure what. And so, essentially, this book, I mean, it's a Christian book in some fashion, but it's also just a book about how faith and hope can get you through anything. And I mean, when you're a teenager, things like that feel like the end of the world. Heck, when you're an adult, sometimes those things feel like it's the end of the world. but it doesn't have to be. And with if you find something to believe in, whether it's the Christian God or anything else, and it can get you through it.
Right. Wow.
So that's kind of what I want people to get out of it, I
Wow.
guess.
Well, it's very interesting because I'm sure that a lot of what you're speaking about and or have written about in your publication, a lot of people can honestly relate to it. And a lot of times we hold those type of things, those experiences inside of us until we actually get the opportunity to see that someone else is really willing to step up and release that type of information to people, giving them the comfortability to go ahead and at least release it, talk about it, and start the process and the journey to get past it and or get over it. Now, is this Jessica? Is this your first publication, or is this a follow up to one that you've written previously?
No, my first publication was actually a book on poetry that I had originally written. I'm going back and publishing these things that I started as a teenager, and I'm editing them and stuff like that. My first publication was actually called "I Am Driven Crazy," which is a book of poetry. It's an anthology of poetry with similar issues, except they're more autobiographical. They still have the same sort of issues: mental illness, with friendship, with friends betraying you. And then also there's ones about hope and faith and stuff like that. And this is my first novel, technically, because the first one was an anthology. So this is the beginning, and I'm thinking about making sequels of whenever she grows up, whenever she's a little bit older, because there's not always a happy ending, especially after what she's went through. So I think it would be interesting to see what happens to her afterwards, especially the ending is kind of interesting, but I don't want to give it
Oh no! Don't give it away. Well, speaking of that, of course, we thank God for your presence here. We appreciate you, Jessica, accepting the invitation, allowing us to be a part of your journey, accepting the invitation to be a part of our broadcast network media ministry platform. And again, ladies and gentlemen, you can always stop by our broadcast network site, gmap1.com. Click on the tab that simply says Featured Authors Bookstore. You will see, again, a copy of the current cover that I'm showing you on our split television screen. I Don't Belong Here.
away.
Uh,
Also, over here.
oh, oh
Harrison?
yeah. I recognize that, and that's an awesome, awesome background. I appreciate you doing that. And of course, it will take you to the necessary location to find out more information about the author as well as the publication. Now, if someone wanted to, in fact, show their support and, of course, go out and purchase a copy of either this publication or the previous ones that you have written before, what's the process for them to do so, if you don't mind sharing?
If you go to Amazon, I'm published through Amazon through their independent publishing network. So if you go to Amazon.com and search my name, I'm the only one because my maiden name's really weird. Wedig, it's kind of rare. So if you go on there, you can purchase it either as an ebook or you can purchase it as a physical copy. If you want a signed copy, you can go to one of my shows, which is the schedule for that is on a Facebook page. But if you're not going to be in the area, you could always get a hold of me on Facebook if you want a signed copy, and I can ship you one independently.
And of course, we will never allow them to again forget about little old GMAP Broadcast Network down here in the lower left hand corner of everything. Of course, you can always stop by our platform and it will take you where you need to go in order to show your support for Jessica. And of course, again, we just can't thank you enough. Now, let's just say that someone wanted to reach out and connect with you on a more personal level just to find out more details about some of the things you may have been through, or you may even, in fact, give them a few words of advice and or encouragement, or of course some great resources. What's the process if someone wanted to reach out and touch base with you?
I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, so you can always send me a message on any of those, and I'd be happy to discuss, I mean, anything that they need to talk about, especially related to the issues that are discussed in the book and things like that.
Well, my goodness, we just again we can't thank you enough. We appreciate you taking time out for a few moments here to hang out with us here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. Again, we thank you for accepting the invitation. We are going to be publicly and personally letting you know that we are going to be inviting you back. And we want
Oh,
you
yay.
to be able to come back and share the process and the progress of how things are going with the publication. But before I let you go, I would like to find out one thing. There's some individuals out there that may be paying attention to your journey right now, and they can say to themselves, I appreciate what Jessica has done over the years, what she's been through, and where she is. But what's next for Jessica Hendrix? What would your response be to that?
Um, well, like I said, well, I mean, I'm a copywriter too, so I do that. But as far as my career, I plan on keep publishing books. I've got more poetry to publish too, but I've got some other ideas that I'm not ready to announce yet. But the biggest idea is getting ready because I've really got a lot of ideas in my head about where Bree's journey is going to go next. My husband says I need to make a trilogy, so that's really playing on my brain right now. So hopefully you guys can look for a sequel within the next little while.
Well,
So
of course, we're going to anticipate and expect with appreciation that you'll keep us posted and
mhm.
allow us to, again, be a part of the process to disseminate that information and that publication to people around the world. Again, we are going to be inviting you back more and more so you can inform the viewers and listeners how things are going with the current publication as well as what's yet to come. And of course, we want you to know that we, again, truly appreciate you. We also want you to know that if there's anything that we can continuously do to assist you, you can always pick up the phone, give us a call, send us a text, chat, tweet, whatever they do. Contact us. And we want you to know that the answer will always be yes. And of course, you will never have to ask us twice. We appreciate you today, Jessica. We want you to know that we love you, we support you, and we're going to continue to do everything we can to assist you during your journey, okay?
no, thank you, and thank you for having me, and thank you for everything and and just supporting me because I'm
Amen.
just a little indie author, just kind of budding and starting out. So I can use all the support I can get.
Well, we want you to know that we are here for just that reason to do anything that we possibly can to show our support to what you're doing. And again, we appreciate you and we hope and pray that you'll continue to keep us in the loop as you continue to move forward on your journey. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, once again, one of our featured authors here on the GMAP Broadcast Network, Jessica Hendrix. We want you to show your support. Again, the title of the current publication, I Don't Belong Here. By all means, pick it up, go to Amazon, and when you do that, don't forget to leave a review. Let her know what you think. Let her know how you feel. Let her know that you appreciate what it is that she is placing out there for the eyes and ears of the people as a good read and for a awesome opportunity to learn more in detail about some of the things that she's been through or some of the things that the individual or the character has been through in the publication that you can relate to. Until next time, peace. God bless you. Take care. Take it easy. If it's good to you, take it twice. We love you and we look forward to hearing from you again very soon. Okay?
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much.
God
Mm.
bless you.